My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Wildfrost. Frantic Katon or Stonbar. Frantic Katon or Stonbar. So we have apply 1 Demonize in Barrage. We also have apply 1 Demonize in Barrage. I can either have that with 9 health or 7 health. And then there's Stonbar, 6 health, 4 damage, Barrage. So no matter what, I am going to be hitting all of the units available. So it really does come down to whether or not I want to play Shademancers or... what are you called? Snow Dwellers? Snow Dwellers, yes. And the Clunk Masters. I think Snow Dwellers, just because they are the ones that I played the least recently. And you are not Frantic. You're obviously John. Let's go. Applying Demonize in Barrage already. I just don't think I need that many Demonize triggers. And again, Snoof does damage on a 3 trigger. Let's go, buddy. Eventually, over the course of this series, by the way, I know that you can rename all of the different characters. The only character that I am going to be renaming outside of a joke or something like that is going to be the leader. However, over the course of the series, maybe units can earn their true name. An old mechanic. If a unit impresses me above and beyond the call of duty, perhaps they'll gain a different name. This is for people who are not necessarily familiar with the reference or relatively new to the channel or new to the channel and didn't watch Darkest Dungeon, that spoils it. It was in the Darkest Dungeon series. Characters would earn their true name if they did something above and beyond the call of duty, and then they would get the, assigned name for that class, as I had ultimately decided it to be. It was good fun. Kind of playing off the idea that they had Dismas and Reynard and, true names for certain classes in that game. I understand we're playing a different video game here. 2 Penguins out on the board and Chungoon. When hit, gain 1 damage. I mean, Snoof goes out first, 100% of the time here. Each of these Penguins is about to attack for 1 damage against the Snoof. I feel it appropriate to take one of them out with a Woodhead. Sorry, with a Woodhead, with a Scrappy Sword. Woodhead was the next card, the one that I wasn't going to be using. So I want to use my worst available solution to everything. I'm going to use the Sunrod because it's not great right now, but it will give me the ability to put Demonize on the enemy. They hit me back for 2, but then I murder them in response. There's also this Pengoon on the top line. Will deal 1 damage. And then in 2 turns' time after that, deal another damage to John, who will then respond by killing them. I mean, I don't want Woodhead to only take 1 hit, but I can develop Woodhead and then reroll. Deeply prefer that. I'd also really love to kill multiple units in a single turn. Get the money moves, making money moves. Increase damage by 1. I'll put that on John with the Barrage. I think I will place both of my units on the bottom line and then use the Scrappy Sword to kill the top. Oh, right, yeah, that gets me the 2 times combo and kills the Goblin. I forgot I was going to be demonizing them before I froze them. I should have reorientated that order. So the Waddle Goons is also going to deal 3 instances of damage, so I definitely need to freeze you up to prevent that. Just to get things out of sync, I'm going to have John attack now, and then Snoof murders the Waddle Goons afterwards. Welcome Pengoon and Big Peng. I think over the course of the next 2 turns, I take out both of the Pengoons on the top line with my Scrappy Swords. We only have to take 2 damage here on the bottom line to John, 1 from each of these Pengoons. And then we'll have the ability to start responding on the top line. Do I want to respond on the top line, or do I want to kill 2 units this turn? 2 units this turn is pretty good. That's another combo. And then thankfully the unit on the top line is, you know, incapable of hitting any of my targets at the moment. I could freeze them, but I don't think I need to. I think I'm probably best served taking this one out as quickly as possible. Goodbye, Big Peng. Well done, Snoof. No, that's not enough for a name. 2 Frozen Travelers. Start building around that. An early Charm is also a really, really useful build around, especially when you have Barrage and the ability to apply a bunch of different effects very far through the enemies. I'm really underwhelmed by what our team does. I'm going Treasure and two Travelers up there on the top. Totem of the Goat. Before an enemy attacks, apply Demonize to them. There's a Spore Pack, deals 0 damage. Now, for what it's worth, 0 damage is a hit. However, 0 damage is not damage. I found this out in the last episode. Demonize will not trigger and be cleared by a 0 damage instance like Spore Pack. However, it will double the damage from the spores. It's also Mobile Campfire. When active, apply 3 damage, or add 3 damage to allies in row. I mean, look, that's great for getting John to do damage, and then it's also great for giving a buff to the unit that would then stand next to John, doing damage. Spore Pack is another way to try and get Area of Effect into this deck, an Area of Effect that John kind of lacks in not doing damage. So it is between these two for me, the Spore Pack or the Mobile Campfire. I feel like the Spore Pack gives me more opportunities to synergize with units that I might find in the next 2 spaces. I might want to get a Poison sub-theme in this deck. There's Foxy. I was thinking literally at the time, yeah, but if I find Foxy, I'm actually going to regret it. I found Foxy. I kind of regret it. Foxy's good. Foxy's really good. Hi, Foxy. You have been so good for teams that I've had before, and you will be again. I'm certain of it. Okay. Interesting. So we have Big Berry, Wallop, and Wart. Big Berry we've seen many times before. Wallop, deal 8 additional damage to frozen targets, and then Wart applies 2 Shroom aimlessly. Let's do it. Try and fit that Shroom sub theme back into the deck a little bit. I mean, first play here has to be Snoof. Obviously get those counters starting to work in our favor. That Uber Bear is annoying as well. I would really like to prevent that Uber Bear from actually striking any of us. So I can do that in a couple different ways. Woodhead. And I don't want to strike it also to prevent gaining the snow from it, so I'm instead going to use Scrappy Sword. Which means next round is Woodhead in front of you. And then Scrappy Sword for possibly up to 2 rounds here. I'm not going to get a Scrappy Head in the next cycle, but I would be able to play a character and then Spore Pack. However, the Spore Pack damage triggers after the unit is attacked, so that would still allow Uber Bear to attack, so I need to use the Scrappy Sword here. As much as I wanted to get another unit out as early as I could. So Snow Gobbler for dealing 3 damage to our top line. As much as I want to put another unit on the board, it really feels like the Snow Stick is the appropriate play right now. I'll take out the Snow Gobbler at the end of the round as Snoof deals 3 damage to kill them. Now I definitely want either Wart or Foxy out. Foxy on a counter of 3 would be on a counter of 2 next turn. Flame Water 1, Goblin runs away. Thankfully, Frostinger can lower the attack of John, who can't do less damage. Let's give a Flame Water to Foxy. John responds with some vulnerability against the enemies. Now, if I throw a Snow Stick against the Goblin in the back line, Frostinger in the front line is going to get dealt 6 damage, 2 damage, and then 2 damage for the back line there. I'm going to split John out to the bottom line so Porcupine doesn't barrage all of my top line units and throw a Snow Stick against Goblin. So that's a lot of money and a lot of combo. Love it. Don't love this Snow Gobbler intending to attack for 9 damage right now to a single unit. Ideally, I will freeze that next turn. What if I can't, though? I say next turn. This turn, I'm going to be redrawing. What if I can't, though? I think Snoof is probably the unit I'm most happy revealing to that. War down on the field. Snow Gobbler kills Snoof, unfortunately. Hello, Bumbo. You apply 2 in barrage and you attack every 4. Love it. I'm gonna Sunrod John here in order to get some Demon Eyes through the entire enemy team, and then I'm gonna Flame Water Foxy, who with Demon Eyes on Porcupine will do 6 damage, and then 6 damage to the Snow Gobbler, as well as another 3 damage to the Snow Gobbler, so it takes both of those out. And then Wart only applies the poison to Bumbo. It's pretty ideal. We also see there that the damage from the 4 Shroom, doing 4 damage, dealt 8 instead. The trigger of Shroom does trigger Demon Eyes. It is damage, and Demon Eyes triggers on damage, not hit. I don't think there's actually a way that I would be able to kill both of these here, so I'm just going to murder Bumbo with another scrappy sword. Victory! Oh, Snoof! Buddy! That's too many travelers. I can't go south now. I've got to go for the Blinksnail Cave on top line. I mean, this does make sure that my next shop is going to be very valuable for us. Let's take this charm. With a barrage attacker and frenzy attackers, I definitely have use for this charm. Cloudberry Charm. Restore 2 health on kill. I'm going to save that for later. Only Foxy really kills right now? The rest of them apply effects that kill. Which is, and this is important, different. Berry Blade for restore health to the front ally equal to the damage dealt. I don't really need health through my team as much as I need health to the front ally, which is often going to be John right now. And also with Demon Eyes, this is a nice little synergy. Hello, Bamboozle. Good to see you. John goes out on the top line. I mean, look, I could take 2 turns worth of trying to take out Snowbird before it does anything, but I really don't think that's worth a gosh dang thing. So I'm gonna play out my units. Snowbird's also aimless, so I'm gonna give them a target on the top field. Wart is also aimless, but I would prefer them to attack the Winterworm here on the bottom line if possible. I can also have John attack this turn with the Sunrod. Adding a demonize to the enemies. I like that. Unfortunately, we split the poison, which is the worst available outcome there for us. So Foxy's about to do 3 damage to the same target. Unfortunately, it's Bamboozle in the front line, who doesn't really care. Bamboozle also hits all enemies. Let me freeze you, please. Yeah, I got some freezes. So if I free Bamboozle this turn... Yeah, I can heal back up from this. I freeze Bamboozle. John gets a lot of damage, unfortunately. I'm not going to be in a good position if I need to just throw out a Berry Blade here. Oh! I know how to do it. We throw Wart back. I use the Berry Blade against the target. Yeah. Sean's going to need to be in the top line. I use the Berry Blade against Winter Worm, but I need Winter Worm to be in the same line as John when I do that. Dang. Alright, a 50-50 that Snowbow kills Foxy here. I don't love it, but... There it goes. I'm gonna play a Spore Pack here, which will kill Bamboozle in 2 turns' time. Oh, there's Snoof as well. Cycle back to Snoof. I'm gonna have to get Snoof out as well. I don't really have a choice on that one. Need more value. Goodbye, Bamboozle. Hello, Bam and Boozle. Spore Pack on the top line seems the most reasonable. I just wanted to take an additional second there to see if there were an alternative of any kind. I think I do need to take the 2 damage and Frost from Boozle here. And kill the Winter Worm. I need to get back to Berry Blade and Wart as soon as possible. Holding Bam back for another turn would be great too. Yeah, take out the Winter Worm. 2 damage, as well as 1 snow there. Hilariously, that Snowbow currently represents lethal threat on me. I have to freeze you. We'll redraw. That does get us back to our Berry Blade. I could also do this. Sunrod the Snoof in order to attack Boozle, freezing them, while Snoof attacks mine. Freezes mine. I know there's an L in theirs and there's not in mine, but this is close enough. Freezes mine. It's the difference between wolf and wolf, right? It freezes mine. Does 1 damage. Just need another unit out on board. I put out Wharton, lose my Snoof. Yeah, this has gotten much more nightmarish than I wanted it. If I put Jean on the bottom line, I can murder the Snowbow with the Berry Blade, remove a couple of threats for lethal off of myself. Give myself double damage against Bam. The only problem is I know that double damage against Bam doesn't help me. Bam attacks again next turn, just removes my ward. I mean, Bam and Boozle are both attacking again next turn, so like... I think the Snowbow might be the least of my worries right now. You know what? I has a big loss. I could not keep damage out on the field and I had to cycle it back or sacrifice it. And in doing so, I now have no damage and I need so many turns to be able to remove any of these enemies. GG. I'm learning more about what I need early on and how early I need it in order to not die. Thankfully, we do actually unlock a new item, as well as a new ability, or rather a new thing to unlock, rather. Let's go back to town. Inventor's Hut and the Icebreaker Cavern. So in the Inventor's Hut, we find the Grabber. 1 damage, Noomlin Yank. So it doesn't end your turn when played and balls the unit to the front. And also block 10 hits with clunkers. Great. Broke this one from the ice. Perhaps you'll meet him next time you go out. This is a Shade Sculptor. The mysterious character will help you out by sculpting a copy of one item in your deck. Of one of the items, rather, in your deck. 15 enemies with Shroom is the next mission for that. Let me find a Shroom character, please. Alas. So Junk adds trash to the opening hand. And has Counter and Frenzy. That's interesting. I don't want to just go immediately for the Demonize and Barrage, because that was, again, what I had in the last game before that. Junk, or should I call you John? This is clearly instructed. Look, I'm maintaining a little bit of the soul of the original card here. John, do you want to be powered with any of these? Something like Loki, maybe? Let's do it. Penguin, Chungoon, Wild Snoof. John puts trash. Interesting. Trash, add junk to hand. However, there is a junk in the base deck. What? What? Hang on. So playing this, or placing it as a unit, doesn't give me trash. That's strange. I kind of wanted that trash as well. Alas. I'm gonna gear hammer one of these penguins away. I could have the Junkhead eat up some of these hits, but I just don't think that's good. I'm going to Snowzook the Wild Snulf. John takes 1 damage, Loki deals 2 to the Snulf. And then if I hit you with a Gear Hammer, just remove you from the field, as well as upgrade that Gear Hammer. I mean, it's not the spiciest play in the entire world, but it'll do. I would like to get Junkhead out before we continue past this point. Junkhead's pretty important. But it's important to have after the enemies reach the bottom of the counter, which they're just not going to be at for a bit here. Speaking too soon, evidently, I'm going to put Junkhead out. Get him, John! Wait. Oh my god, sorry. John applies Trash 1 when they activate. They give you Trash in hand. Oh dear. Oh dear. Very intriguing. I'm gonna give a Sunsong box to Loki, increasing their damage by 1 and counting down their counter by 1 as well. That leaves the Waddlegoon on the top line, vulnerable to dying to a single Gear Hammer, doubled in damage by the Demon Eyes. And if I want to get as much money as I can out of Goblins, it's Junk this round and then Gear Hammer next round. I do want to cycle as best I can as soon as I can. My better Gear Hammers are later in the deck. Also, I can kill you with one of my bad Gear Hammers, making it instead a good Gear Hammer. Knowing that I have the Junkhead to just straight up prevent Big Peng from doing anything does make this much simpler. I'm gonna direct Loki's attack to Big Peng here. Let's Snowzook you also. A reroll and see if I can kill you with just a super upgraded Gear Hammer, which I can. 8 damage Gear Hammer. I mean, double damage Gear Hammers, it's not bad. It does take a lot of my turn, though. Do I want a Frozen Traveler more? The fact that I have actual damage in this deck means I less care about Frozen Travelers. I'm gonna get treasure, and then I'm gonna get money for later treasures. Plinker. Lose 1 scrap when you activate. However, you activate every turn. This is very cool. That'd be a fun card to upgrade and try and play around in interesting ways as well, because it only takes an instance of damage. There's also Mimic, trigger whenever an ally in the row attacks. Now, will that trigger every attack from John? I like the idea of that. I'm definitely taking one of those two. Lumen Lantern in the center, boost a random allies effects by 1, boost a random enemy's effects by 2. I mean, like, the easiest way to do that is to crown it and give it to whatever your champion has, but yeah, not great. If we had a champion that was like ultra buff with a bunch of charms on, I can see Lumen's Lantern being significantly better for us. Second Plinker. Do some damage for me, bud. Then I'm looking, I guess, for a utility, something that helps me recycle. Both of them just trash up my deck instead, Skaven and Volby there. Skaven activating similar to my champion on a trigger of 3, 5 damage, 8 health, but trashes in my hand. I'm gonna need ways around that, you see. Volby has trash 1 when hit, and then there is also Jumbo. Also hits ally behind themselves and barrages. I like the idea of Jumbo. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you yet. We'll work it out, buddy. Blinker attacking every turn, I love it. I'm gonna pop Plinker on the top line. I mean, obviously the things with the counters should start off. I'm gonna pop a Junkhead in front of Plinker as well, because I would really like to get some trash. Frostinger is gonna attack Junkhead, give me a trash. Trash in hand will then next turn charge my Sunbox. I need to use Plinker on the bottom line here. I'm gonna use Snowzuka to prevent Porcupine from attacking through. Junkhead gives me... I get my junk. My Sunsong box on the bottom line now will have John murder the Porcupine and then the Mimic. Now I've just got this Frostinger on the top line. I could silence my own Blinker. Keep them for 4 rounds because of it. That's actually really cool. I'm gonna do that. No health loss. Ooh, hitting the Gobbling every round? I would love that, of course. Fine, I'll draw. Put Jumbo out on the field. Get him, Blinker. Ideally, I don't want the Mimic to attack on that top line. Let's use the gear to take the Mimic out. The gear hammer, that is. So Frostinger is going to give me a junk in hand, and the Plinker... The Jumbo is going to murder murder Ice Lantern and damage Gobbling, as well as John, unfortunately. And then Plinker is going to murder Gobbling, so that's a 2 kill in this round. As well as 2 instances of damage against the Goblin. Not as good as that can go. John attacking on the top line would murder that Frostinger. So I should just upgrade one of my Gear Hammers by getting it to strike. Unfortunately, I now lose Plinker, but Plinker did everything Plinker needed to do. Plinker did more than Plinker needed to do, in fact. So just a lot of trash in hand. When hit, apply 2 Frost to a random enemy. Oof. I'm gonna redraw, unfortunately putting a lot of junk in our deck. I really need ways to eat that junk, like, as soon as possible. I'm gonna start out by using Flask of Ink on the Ringer, as well as moving Loki down to their line to possibly demonize them. I just don't want them to apply the Frost to random enemies. If at all that can be avoided. So with the Demonize on that target as well, I can hit them with Gear Hammer for the murder. That would also then reveal the Snowzuka for the ability to Frost a target up for 4 turns. I have 2 more turns worth of activity on this board as well. Get him, Loki. Oh, you did hit the Ringer. That's really good to see. I'm going to redraw, and any of the Gear Hammers that are buffed, we find one, thankfully, we'll be able to kill the Ringer. Is that how I want to kill the Ringer, though? So if I use Gear Hammer on the Frostinger in the top line instead, then John will murder that Frostinger and afterwards have to murder the Ringer. I like that. Just eke out a combo kill there. 5 more bling, don't mind if I do. 2 treasures and then a shop. Yes. Oh, this is the path where we make our fortune. So sun cream, reduce counter by 1, then recycle 1 and consume. I do really need things that recycle in this deck. Reducing counter by 1 is hilarious if it works on Plinker, and Plinker just keeps fighting until it dies? I don't know. I have to assume that's not the case. I can't just hit it with a flask of ink and then the sun cream and win. Right. This does have recycle on it. I need some recycling cards. That's fundamentally what I'm down here for. Berry Basket with restoring 2 health on Barrage is not awful? Pombum hitting all undamaged enemies seems much more, or not much more, but more difficult to trigger when I've got someone who's fighting every turn and someone who's barraging. Someone who does damage as well as sets up Demon Eyes, that kind of thing. Apply a haze, aimless and consume. I mean, just because I haven't got any of the other ones that I was looking for there, the old recyclies, seems reasonable for me. Molten Dip. Increase damage by 2, barrage consume. I like that. I do like that. Add Frenzy, but apply 4 bomb. Take additional damage from all sources, does not count down. I definitely want the Molten Dip. I really like the idea of getting that bomb, putting it in this deck. Can bomb go on the Plinker though? I'm gonna buy a crown. I almost feel like I should put the crown on Plinker. I can change the crown later, so I don't need to do that right now. Blaze Bomb. The crown on Plinker would be so that I can actually test Blaze Bomb on Plinker. Sure. I'd still love to know things. Alright. King Plinker. Although if it has Frenzy, it's just going to trigger its health loss 2 times as well. Yeah, that's probably not good. Molten Dip seems reasonable though, increasing the damage by 2 on this line. Get him, Plinker. Snowball on the top line intends to attack aimlessly. I've got to get John up there to take that hit rather than risking it going against Plinker. It's a turn's worth of damage we'd be giving up there. I do also want to get Junkhead out sooner rather than later. As much as I want to get back to my Sunsong box, I just don't see that happening in time. Foggy Brew to apply a haze on the bottom line here. Worst case, honestly, there is no worst case. Either of those being hit would be great. Except for the fact that we kill Bamboozle before Bamboozle goes... Never mind, okay, there is a worst case again. I'm going to use the Gear Hammers to take out Snowbow in the back line, as well as upgrade those Gear Hammers. I'm gonna have to cycle as well so that I can kill Bamboozle with a Gear Hammer this turn. And in doing so, summon 2 units. Thankfully, the Winter Worm is going to get completely blocked by one trigger of the Junkhead. I can use a Gear Hammer here as well to take out Boozle, although I have given Frenzy to Bam on the bottom line, so I've got to focus on trying to take them out as soon as possible. Interesting. Blaze Bomb can be targeted on Scrap. That's really interesting. I do want to use Blaze Bomb at some point. Let's get Loki out. On the top line to take that one instance of damage. I'm gonna put the additional Frenzy on John. I just want to do it. So we'll redraw here. Way too much junk in that hand. I think I already have the kill, right? As long as I use the Sun Cream on John. Oh, I don't have a junk in hand. I can't do it. So I guess I had better let John just randomly attack then. Oh, sorry, Loki just randomly attacked. Hey. So now John went to the top line and was forced to attack with Sun Cream. They'd kill the baby Snowbow, kill Bam, and then do 6 damage to the Winter Worm, which is, and this is true, good enough. Sunbell of Hands, Sunbell of Bell, and Sunbell of Friendship. Hands. I don't know when I'm going to take my first companion bell. Assumedly, it will happen at some point. I do not know when. Currently, the only thing that's preventing junk from being a problem in my deck is that I have enough other cards. So if I remove other cards from my deck in the Muncher right now, I might just completely screw myself. Have the Blink Snail Cave will have to give me at least 43, otherwise I don't get another crown for another character. And a crown for Plinker would be nice. Or even a crown for the Flask of Ink. Just 6 rounds of Plinker 4 rounds of Plinker dealing damage without taking any back. Okay. Oh, it's 42! That's enough. I can get a crown. That's mine. I can get a crown with that. Whew. Hey, Foxy. Good to see you again. There's also Nom and Stompy and Demona. Nom and Stompy always has a spot in my heart. I've also got a Molten Dip, so Foxy does too. Multi-striker with another multi-striker behind him. More consistent, persistent damage out on the board, which is a thing that I consistently struggle with not having and then lose the game because I didn't have. I'm going to take Foxy. I feel very comfortable seeing a screen full of 3 characters that I have taken before and done relatively well with, I think. Frenzy Wrench adds Frenzy to an item in your hand and recycles 2. Great. Love it. But I have to lose my crown for that? 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 I have to lose my crown I really wanted that crown. But I really need recycle. I can't turn it down. It's not possible for me to do so. I have to click that, sigh, and then just keep going. Yeah, bloke up. Oh, this is ideal. Okay, that's gonna kill Makoko very quickly here. And take the opportunity to get more units out of the field. Goodbye, Makoko. I don't really want to reduce your damage, but you will target Gramps no matter what I do here. Oh man. I have to lose 2 attack to this unless I cycle and play a damage card. I don't love that I have to do this. But if I had to do it in any way, this is probably the way I would want to do it. Sunsung box on John, you murder. You keep your damage basically the same. Pop Foxy down there on the bottom line. And let's change everyone to the top. We're only taking 2 damage against John this turn, but I get to use my Molten on a bunch of units that would love to see it. So Foxy, in response to the enemies right now, will murder Makoko and then deal some damage to the Goblin. Which I think is about right. I'm gonna throw a Gear Hammer at the Goblin to make that lethal. Two-time combo. So I could also now have Junkhead block Makoko. One of the big problems there is then I get 3 trash in this hand, 3 junk, and I just have 5 junk in hand? It's a lot of junk in hand. An alternative would be trying to cycle so that I can get closer to other cards that are relevant. I'm gonna have to do that. Nice. So if I put Jumbo in front to just take this damage, I think I use Blaze Bomb on John. Makes them act an additional time this round, and then I would be able to give them a Frenzy Wrench later. Obviously, I can't let Jumbo attack while they're in front of John now. Oh, on an item in... I can't believe I forgot that that was on an item. It's fine. I don't have any problem with it being on the item. I just didn't remember. Pop that on a Gear Hammer. Hey, King Moko. So Makoko on the top line is going to attack for 0. And then Foxy responds by getting 3 buffs against King Moko. If I use the Frenzied Gear Hammer, it takes out Grog. An instance of 0 damage. That's a hard throw. I'm gonna redo one more time. Let's go. Tondo applies Shroom. Yeah, that felt bad. I remember that. Yeah, the bomb. 0 damage? No, not 0 damage. That's 4 more damage than 0 damage, which is, and this is true, 4. I'm gonna take Tondo. John Doe. No, now I'm just getting too far away from names. John. There we go. Freeze buys me more time. But I did really enjoy having Loki. Under an hour is about the point where I will still restart. Because I know that an hour, it's fast, but I would be able to theoretically do that. Longshot hits the furthest target in the row. Yeah, I do feel like I just scrap sword 2 of these Pengoon. Snow stick for Chungoon. There you go. Take 3 poison. And then this round, you take 2. I'll use the scrappy sword instead. So that's when hit on the goblin on the top line, so I definitely want to have another unit out on board to do some attacking. Get out there, Loki. So I know in 2 turns time Loki applies 1 damage to the goblin, and then I can kill it with a scrappy sword. Waddlegoon in 2 turns time does 3 damage in instances of 1 against John. Unless I just like snow stick it in that turn. I'm actually going to play around trying to get as much money out of that goblin as possible, which is a scrappy sword, then freezing it, and then Loki attacking it. And that leaves me with the goblin on board for another round. I want to see how this works. If I get Loki to attack this round, do I apply the Demonize before the poison trigger? I do, and therefore kill. Neat. Unfortunately, the snow sticks will kill the top line, so I have to just scrappy sword and boss. Hello, Peng. It's good to see you, buddy. Again, I'm pretty much in the position of just manually removing Pengoons for a bit. Get them off board. I can use my snow sticks to lessen the risks we are otherwise taking here. Yeah, I'm gonna use the Sun Rod on Loki. I can use Snow Stick next round if I need to. I could also just redraw, get Woodhead out. This fight is over. This fight's been over for a bit. Unfortunately, no one told the enemy, but it's true. No more fight. Goodbye, Big Pang. I really do want to support some poison here. I'm going to give myself the opportunity to find additional Poison Travelers. Ooh, we do find Foxy again, which is always good. I'm never going to be sad about that. There's also Shelly. Whenever an enemy is killed, apply 3 to the attacker. Again, problem is we're killing with Shroom and we're killing with Demon Eyes, which doesn't necessarily, as far as I'm aware at least, have an attacker. Chomp-Om deals equal damage, or damage equal to Shell. Unfortunately, I have no way of giving Chomp-Om Shell. Alright, Foxy. Come along. Toot Sweet Post and Haste. Slapcrackers. There's also Heart Mist Station. Whenever an ally is hit, restore their health by 1, and the Storm Globe. Apply 4 Frost. Reduced by 1 when played. I'm gonna take the Storm Globe so that I can try and lock down an enemy with poison as well as Frost. And just not worry about them. There's Colonel and Jumbo we've seen before. We've also seen Wart before, but Wart does promise to help me out with this whole poison problem I've been asking about. Good to see you this early, Wart. Okay. Frostingers on the top. I don't mind if they attack at all, even. I think getting my triggers of poison out sooner rather than later is going to be significantly better for me. I'm going to throw a Sunrod on Mort. Pretty much ideal targets. Mimic dies and then Porcupine's available. It's probably better to leave my champion on better health. My leader, rather. Another scrappy sword, and Wart poisons up the frosting as something fierce. Frosting is also gone this round now. I just need to continue setting up, so unit. There we go. Foxy with Flame Water in hand. Absolutely, you go out. So in 3 turns, Frosting is going to attack, which will cause the Mimic to attack. But before that, Wart and Foxy will have killed the top line here. The triggers of poison don't count for the sake of gobbling. I kind of want Foxy on the bottom line not to have additional damage and just strike gobbling 3 times next round. So I almost don't want to give them damage. Strange position to be in, but it does give me the ability to put Loki out, get more of my own counters counting. So Foxy will gain me 12. Perfect. And then if I can... Honestly, I just want to kill the Mimic on the top line, really. Yeah, if I murder the Mimic, Frostinger does some damage, still, admittedly. Loki then responds with a murder. And if I can draw into the Sunrod, I can get Foxy to get us 3 more, which would be so good. Didn't manage to. Oh, I can actually still do it with the Storm Globe. Get another 4 there. So Foxy attacks the Goblin 3 times, and then John murders the Ice Lantern behind. I love it. I do just want to continue going through this deck. I'm just going to hit that. I want to get more towards my Sunrod and my Storm Globe, etc. So we get a 2x combo, but we also get another 12. Maximum that we could have gotten, well, not maximum we could have gotten, because 0 damage triggers on the Goblin do give you things. So, in fact, there is significantly more that we could have gotten. So Loki's about to apply Demon Eyes to this enemy. Doubling the next instance of damage against them. Sunrod Wart on the bottom line, start getting some poison out here. Yeah, double poison on the back line sets them up to lethal. They debuff Wart, the one of the least relevant targets to try and debuff there. Let's use a Flame Water on Foxy. If I put Foxy on the bottom line, I can murder Frostinger in response to this. If I put Foxy on the top line... Oh, yeah, I can murder Frostinger in response to this. If I put Foxy on the top line, however, I'm going to have to deal with the Ringer giving us the negative attack, possibly. So throw out the Scrappy Sword. You debuff Wart. Foxy murders Frostinger. And then Wart and Loki are both available for damage. I don't really need to freeze the top line, I'm just gonna hit ya. Bye-bye, Ringer. Okay. So I'm seeing the elements in this deck and they're working better together. Another Frozen Travelers, but the Bling Snail Cave is here on the bottom line. I'm fine at the moment. I go for the Bling Snail Cave as well as the treasure before heading to the shop. So there's a Pinkberry Juice here, the Noomlin Biscuit, and Pepper Reaper. I mean, man, I really want all of these. Pinkberry Juice is great, Noomlin Biscuit's incredible, Pepper Reaper is also available. I could do any of them. You know. Mostly. I'm going to take the Pinkberry Juice. I think I undervalue the ability to, you know, actually grow my own units on board to a point that in the late game they are not trying to dodge every specific attack, but rather can take some. Let's go to the Woolly Snail. So there's Blaze Tea. Add Frenzy, but increase counter by 1. I do quite like that. It's also a crown. It's also just charms if I wanted to get 2 charms. Charms is not bad, still. That said, getting a... Getting one of my allies with Frost on them out sooner rather than later does really deeply appeal. So I could go Crown, Charm, and Blaze. Let's go for the Charm first. Oh, Noomlin Charm! Just gain Noomlin on a card. Love it. Pinkberry. I want it to be the Pinkberry Juice, I think. Now, if I went for another charm, I would actually also then be able to buy the Pombum. Is there a world where that's correct? Where the right play is not to crown anything right now, but instead to have a free 5 damage. No, not really. I don't think so. I do like the idea of Demon Heart still. It's nice health, and especially considering I have Pinkberry Juice, I'm more likely to be able to utilize it. Blaze Tea really feels like it's yet to have the thing it actually wants to be working with. That said, more poison applied at the same time is almost always better. I'm doing it. Second charm. Gain draw 2 on kill. What? It has to be Foxy. And then the Noomlin absolutely needs to go on a card immediately. I think Berry Juice get Noomlin. And then I have the 52 remaining. Do I actually still want to buy Pombum? I'm gonna hold my money. Hello, Infinoco. When an ally is killed, gain their attack. So we need to kill Makoko on the top line as quickly as we can. Seems to be the go there. Let's get Ward out so we can start poisoning up. I want to Storm Globe Makoko? Actually, if I was going to Storm Globe Makoko, I may have just been able to take an additional 2 damage and then play Foxy on that round instead. I now play Foxy. Infinoco in the back line is the target that got both of those poisons. Love to see that. Let's get Wart to take 3 damage on the bottom line here, John to take 1 on the top. And actually, I'm going to use the Sunrod to get John to put more poison on Infinoco before that happens. So now Infinoco takes 6 damage here and is about to take 6 damage, or another 5 damage. Hey, hello, Pinkberry Juice. I'm not going to put that on Wart, who I may end up throwing even back into the deck. I'll put it on John, however. Loki definitely feels like the next play. No, it doesn't. Foxy can kill Porcupine, and in doing so, draw me 2 cards. Flame Water, Foxy, go. I'm gonna Sunrod Foxy here? Take very little damage myself. That's not... Yep, fair enough. It's not how I intended that to go, but it wasn't gonna go the way I had intended it to go, because I messed up. It makes sense when you think about it like that. Infinoco gains 1 every round there. I don't want them to be active for too many rounds then. Let's Snow Stick the Makoko, who is now problematic. I can throw Wart back soon if I need. Unless I just keep Wart around. Noomlin. I guess I do want this poison to go on Infinoco. So Wart, you can stay on the bottom line. I'm gonna Flame Water Foxy for some card draw here. After we murder Makoko. Infinoco again wants to attack. 3 damage to both of us. You know, if I put a Woodhead out instead, I think I feel pretty comfy with that. Set your counter back to 2. And then I can freeze Infernoco manually with a snow stick this round, and then a storm globe next round. Not a huge fan of the whole spread of poison you keep doing there, but it's okay, I guess. Roll through the deck. Oh, we're back to Pinkberry. I love this. This Pinkberry has been so OP this fight. Give Foxy additional damage. Next round, I'm going to use a Sunrod on Foxy. In doing so, I will give Foxy the ability to kill 1, 2, 3. Only 3 of them. There goes Infernoco. And then the Frostinger on the top line as well for the double kill. Unfortunately, Porcupine lives. Alright, Sunbella hands, card draw +1. I mean, let's get back to the big berry juice. Although, Sunbella the Bell, redraw Bell counter -1 to get back to the Pinkberry juice. I also do want to remove things from this deck as soon as possible. Both those scrappy swords need to get, well, all 3 of the scrappy swords, admittedly, need to get out of here. Let's do it. I need to make a Hitman stronger. Shade Sculptor. It's new. I have to do the new. As much as I want to go on this bottom line, which I sincerely think is significantly better for us here, I have to go to the Shade Sculptor as new. Choose a card to duplicate. I duplicate my Noomlin. And it duplicates the shard on it, right? The shard, sorry, the charm. There we go. Oh, it has the same middle letter. It's basically the same word. I go get myself another charm. Damage. Ooh, health. Yes. Yes, please. I do think John is often the health sitch here, but I also think Wart is. I think the 2 of them often represent the front of the 2 lines. I'm going to split this HP, give it to Wart. Frozen Traveler's time. Please overwhelm me. Ugh. I am not overwhelmed. Pooty. When destroyed, apply a Frenzy to a random ally. I do like that. More than I like any of the other available ones there. I'm going to take Loki out and keep Pooty in. Let's go to this battle. Oh, it's Gok and the Jabjotes. Oh, we even have the Pinkberry juice for John. Nice, nice, nice. I'm going to pop out a Pooty there. The Frenzy could theoretically be applied to Woodhead, so I need to not let that occur yet. When hit, apply 1 Demonize to the attacker. Gok on the top line is going to be a big problem. I think I need to start throwing some swords at them. Okay. I really want to get either Wart or Foxy out on the field, but I really also want to play the Sunrod right now. Fine, I'll cycle. Ooh, they're both there. Neat. So Foxy going out sooner rather than later. I mean, Foxy will... Foxy needs to exist and be ready to start killing people. Get out there. Now, John is going to attack the backline here 2 times for 6 poison. They will take 6 damage that round, and the next round they will take another 4. So as long as I can ignore that jab joke, pretty comfortable with it. Now I want to get Wart out on the board. Oh, that's a lot of Goks. When hit, apply 1 Demonize to the attacker. And Pygmy on the top line, who applies Demonize and Barrage. Next hand has a Snow Stick in it. Goodbye, Jabjote number 1. So Ward on the top line is attacking for 5, and then the Pygmy is attacking through for 0 damage, but apply a Demonize to all the targets on the board. On that side, rather. I mean, Foxy doesn't need to be there in order to see that. I do want to get back to my Pinkberry, so I basically want to cycle every time it's available, unless I'm going to die by not. Let's try and keep you around, John. Is there a world where I end up throwing 3 swords against the Pygmy in the back line? I think it's more likely than you might expect. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, actually. I'm going to take out Pygmy, and then John just gets damaged more. Foxy murders the first Gok and starts damaging the next one. We also draw 2 cards off the back of that. We find none of those cards are the Pinkberry Juice Noomlin that I want to get to, so I'm going to just do that, almost certainly. Yep. Ah, 2 of them. 2 of them. Is there a world where this is the correct play? Nope. No, there's not. I definitely don't have enough damage to take out that Gok. I'm glad I experimented with the thought, though. I'm just going to continue managing John and then use the Storm Globe for that top line. Please hold, buddy. Hello, Muttonhead. When frosted, apply 1 Demonize to all enemies. I'm gonna Flame Water for Foxy and try and get some excess draw here. Which will be courtesy of the Sunrod I now intend to play on Foxy, giving Foxy the ability to kill Gok this round. I mean, if I use a Snow Stick on Gok, then I would be able to kill Gok and push some damage through to Muttonhead. Does that matter? Not really. Honestly, I'm just gonna get Wart to attack. Oh, great poison on a good target. Foxy still draws two. Neither of those, again, happen to be our pink. I'm so pleased with this whole Noomlin Pinkberry play. One might call me ecstatic with it. I Pinkberry my John. And I Woodhead my Mutton Head. Mutton beats wood, but wood beats mutton in a sense as well. In this instance, I mean, it depends what you count as beating, right? I blocked a hit, but I did lose Woodhead. Let's throw a Porcupine Spike. Oh, it had Barrage, of course. Yeah. It takes a millisecond of not thinking to lose. I don't think that'll make us lose, mind. Thankfully. Scrappy saw the Porcupine so that John can hit Muttonhead with the Frenzied Poison. Definitely cycle, because that's how we do. I mean, they don't have... Yeah, they have nothing that can reach the backline at this point, so as long as I position Warp correctly, I don't have to worry anymore. Ultimately, all I really need to do anymore is just freeze Goblin. Wart might also hit the Goblin. And did so. If they hit 2 times, we might have even killed the Goblin there. Foxy and Pooty are both injured, unfortunately. Yeah, I definitely don't need any more Frozen Travelers. We're going on the top line there. Also, another charm is great for us. Bite Box, Dragon Pepper, and the Fungo Blaster. Whenever a shroomed enemy dies, apply their shroom to a random enemy. Fungo Blaster. That's exactly what I was looking for. Some shroom synergy for this deck. Hello, Charm. What do you do? Charming. Reduces the counter for a target by 1. I really like the idea of Foxy attacking more consistently, but getting more poison out from Wart is how we would win with this. Thank you for the money from the links now. Cave, another 74. Nice. Woolly Drek. Absorb a random ally. Eat a random ally, rather. Absorbing their health, damage, and effects. Interesting. Yeah, this is unusable. I'm gonna play the Pinkberry Juice and then immediately cycle hand here with a redraw because I didn't get any of my castables. Now, if I put Pooty out immediately, that's multi on John, which is the right target for it, thankfully. Unfortunately, right now, Bigfoot's very threatening. 7 damage aimless? Currently, the best way I have of blocking that is the Fungo Blaster. I don't want to have to cycle past the 2 minions that I just picked up, but if I don't, then Bigfoot just attacks for 7 to a random target. Can I afford Bigfoot hitting Wart for 7? Because if I can make this so much better for myself. I think I have to. Obviously, Foxy needs to go out next. Now, Woolly Drek, is it before or after they attack? It's after, because gain 1 damage occurs after the unit strikes. Got it. So that means that Woolly Drek will attack for 4 and then chomp another unit on board. And you'll do that, in fact, before John even responds. I really do need to get the Fungo Blaster out, but Pinkberry is soon, and I just need to get to health more than anything else right now. Oh, there's the Fungo Blaster again. Nice. Okay, Woolly Drek killed the unit behind them, thankfully. Which is not the Bigfoot that I was super worried about. Yay. Water's also going to attack 2 times. Thankfully, they can't target the Pawpaw on the top line. Foxy, however, is going to strike for 3 damage against no relevant target at all. Annoying. I need to slow down the second Bigfoot, I think, so I'm going to throw a Snow Stick against them. It is the right time to play a Woodhead. Just not to block the Grumble. I don't think Wart wants to take 4 damage right now, though, so I'll have John block that. Ooh, great. Fungo Blaster applied the 5 Shroom... Wait, hang on. Okay, yeah. So the Bigfoot takes 5 damage from Shroom. Before that then counts down, it applies the 5 damage to another, or the 5 Shroom to another target on board. Good, okay. I was wondering whether it would apply the reduced number after the tick down or the number itself. And I guess the number itself, because the turn doesn't end and the unit has already died, so that trigger occurs before the countdown. What? Probably wants to go down to the bottom line at the moment. Pawpaw definitely wants to be attacking something other than the Woodhead. I also definitely want to cycle. Hello, Pinkberry. I feel like maybe even Foxy wants additional health right now. Foxy definitely wants additional damage, I'll say that. Not currently very competent. Give Wart some additional health, and then give some additional damage to Foxy. Goblin's about to try and run away, and I would prefer it not. So I can hit you with a Storm Globe. Okay. That Woolly Drek on the top line, not great. Not great for us. Unfortunately, we'll eat the random ally before the Shroom deals damage. I think what I actually want to do here is... Actually, also, John doesn't really want to be attacking on this line. I think I just want to get Wart to attack right now. Unfortunately, Woolly Drek, if you eat Pawpaw, Foxy definitely can't attack, so I can't give Sunrod to Foxy. I'm just going to try and get additional poison out on units that might die this round. Well, yeah, there's your when hit gain teeth. Hello, Big Lou. It's nice for you to come out after I've got a bunch of poison on the field. Really helpful. Hello, Pink Juice. If I put Foxy down on the bottom line now, I would have the ability to hit them with the Sun Rod. They then murder Grumble. In doing so, they give the thing to someone else, and then they hit Paw Paw for the first time. And then Wart, worst case scenario, hits Drek 2 times in a row, but still doesn't die to doing that. I like this. So let's Pinkberry Foxy. And then count down your counter by 2. You draw 2 cards. I love this Fungo Blaster. It's working so well. Neat. Foxy should definitely go back to the top line. I almost want to cycle right now. Yep. Gets me much closer to the relevant cards in my deck. Yeah, I mean, I can just murder Big Lou this turn. I think I will. I don't want to play with my food so much. Get him, Foxy! Big Lou dies, and only Pooty is injured. Appropriately so. Shade Sculptor again? Oh, what are you doing to me? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do it, of course. Wait! Would both Fungo Blasters trigger at the same time, doubling the amount of Shroom to dip? No, it's obviously the Pinkberry. It's obvious. It has to be. But the other option was also cool. Enter shop. Ah! Molten Dip. Apply a damage increase to a full line. Helps Foxy. Makes Wart do some damage. I really want that. I really want the Charm Machine. I really want the Crown. Charm. Apply a Snoo. Save that for later. I'm gonna get a Crown. I think the Crown needs to go out on Foxy. John does get a lot of poison out on the field, but the ability to draw instantly more cards just gives me as much time as I need to win. As soon as I start cycling through my Pinkberries consistently, and... I think Pooty giving that random to any ally is good. This definitely goes on Foxy. Now, also, only 3 charms, as far as I'm aware, can be applied to a single unit. I probably want to put the Snowball Charm on Wart. Molten Dip. I'm taking another charm. Moko Charm. Add a Frenzy, but -2 damage. Now, I don't know if you can lower the damage of a target that has 0. No. Dang. Yeah, so unfortunately I can't put it on a Pinkberry either. Yeah, this would be nice, but obviously you can have negative damage in this game, but it's applied in battle with Frost, lowering your damage past your attack point. I think this could totally target something and it wouldn't be that bad, but it's fine. They don't allow cards to target a thing that doesn't have this base statistic to be affected, but also, even if it does have the base statistics to be affected, additional rule. Additionally, also, please make sure you actually have enough of that to give. Man, Moko's is really garbage for me right now. Alas. Peppering for the 2 and all, I don't think I care about that. I'm gonna put the Snowball Charm on Wart. And then I'm just gonna go. Hello, Krunker. Good to see you, buddy. How dare you? Spike wall posing some threat. I think each of my units is probably going to need some health here. Now, if I put both of you on the bottom line, Pooty attacks in 3 turns, hits the spike wall and dies. I don't know if that's the best way to do it. Pooty defending against Grink on the top line is probably a better way to do it. Pooty go there. Then Molten Dip the top line, getting Foxy some extra damage. Oh, and they got extra frenzy. Nice. And then, wow, if I Flame Water you, we take no damage this round, but Foxy does kill Grink. And deal 4 damage to, well, 2 instances of damage! I forgot about that! To Krunker. Oh, we did draw into Wart, but I also do want to redraw right now, actually. Yeah, it's really important I have more targets out in the field. I actually think I'll put Ward on the bottom line here. Oh, no, I'm not going to just use my Snowstick. I'm going to redraw. Get me closer to my new deck, please. I could split Krunker this turn if I really wanted to. I just don't think that's going to be the right thing to do. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of going onto the bottom line and then just snow sticking the spike wall so that I can actually possibly hit it without feeling awful. And now it's got some poison on it and it will die eventually. I could draw 4 cards this turn! Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's also put out the Fungo Blaster so we get some of our poison redistributed. Wait. You aren't dealing 8 damage. Why do I think Foxy was dealing 8 damage per strike? For no good reason, as it turns out. Okay. Foxy, you need some additional health. I think you need to hang around for as long as you can. And Foxy, if you wanted to attack right now and to kill Spuncher, theoretically, and then set up Krunker for death, also guaranteed, not theoretical on, would I want you to do it? Yep. Goodbye, Krunker. Hello? Krunker. I got my pink brie juice, which I am just going to give to John for safety's sake in case I happen to forget something. It'd be nice to not be able to screw up as bad. Redraw as soon as I can. I have commitments. Oh, nice. Yeah, Noomlin pink brie juice is ridiculous. This is really good. I'm gonna get Wart to apply some additional frost as well as poison out on that board so that I can have the Fungo Blaster actually start allocating that poison elsewhere. Spuncher, no spunching. I mean, I can let you sponge, but realistically, I don't need to. I cycle. Those were some of the worst cards I had remaining. Why should I tolerate having to play them? Okay, Foxy is going to murder Spuncher, draw me 2 cards. I'm gonna Pinkberry up John, just to make sure that I don't accidentally lose the fight to anything weird. Sunrod for some extra poison out on the field. Foxy then redistributes that poison back to the Crunker in the back line, as well as drawing cards for us. Looks like Crunker is about to attack this turn. Or is about to try to attack this turn. Anyway, I'm gonna hit him with a Snow Stick. So at the end of this round, two units die? They get to deal 6 damage to all of the positions on board currently. That doesn't really change anything about anything though. Yeah, I just get 5 more points if I end the turn. Bye-bye, Crunker. Wait, does the Ice Forge not also... There we go. We also lose the Ice Forge. Card draw. Card draw. Give me the card draw, please. Ooh, more money. I want to have more control over additional charms in the final shop if possible. This one's terrifying, but these ones are just young warthogs. They're just young warthogs. Let's throw a Pinkberry out against both of the targets? Yeah, both the targets. Because there's counterattacks that are coming out, possibly from Warthog later. Pop Hootie out on the field. Then Molten Dip. Oh, yeah, Foxy did get the additional damage from that one. So Foxy is about to murder 2 things on the bottom line. The only problem is after that, Foxy's about to attack the Warthog 2 times, who then responds. Wow. The fact that I don't have any Frost in hand means that Foxy dies if I let Foxy attack. Oh, that's mortifying. I can't let Foxy attack. If Foxy attacks and I lose Foxy's damage, I lose this fight. Oh, I should have thought about that earlier. I'm gonna use the Scrappy Sword to take 1 target off the field and then redraw. It's good to see a Pinkberry there. Let's put that on John and then pop a Wart behind you. So that Warthog on the top line, I definitely have the Snow Stick still for. Thankfully. So glad I got to some Frost in time. If I play a Fungo Blaster now, I can set it up such that the Warthog provides damage to other field members. With not too much cost, 4 health on John. Not the worst cost I paid it for anything. Let's get John and Wart back to similar HP. I also need the other Warthog not to be reacting. And I'm also going to elect to have Wart take damage now instead of John. So a Storm Globe on the second Warthog. Nice. So 2 units on the field die with their poison, and then provide that poison to other units on the field. Love that. I should kill one of the targets that's about to try and attack with its frenzy. And then I'll take 5 damage to ward. Yeah, that's fine. Love to redistribute that there. I mean, I'll throw out the snow stick. Not going to be relevant though. Let's redraw into a new hand. There's Foxy. Certainly time for you to be played. Unfortunately, there were no redistribution targets there. Enemy was too poisoned. I think I should probably put a Flame Water on Foxy here. And then a Sunrod on Wart. Start reducing units on board and their damage. We redraw here. Nice, more HP. Pop that on John. So currently a single freeze on Razor is not at all difficult. Just a snow stick away. And then if I put Wart on the top line instead, I might be able to take out more hogs. Worst case scenario is Wart attacks the front line twice here. Or once. Actually, if Warthog attack... Oh, that was actually about to ruin me. I could put John on the bottom line, revealing it to Razor. Wart doesn't kill. Wart just sets up the shrooms, so Razor would only deal 9 damage to John here. And this sets up the ability to freeze the Warthog. Just sword the hog down. I'm pretty sure we already have the kill now. Let's no stick Razor to buy myself as much time. And then we'll murder. Goodbye, Razor. Pootie's still injured. Let me look. It's the right thing to do. The woolly snail in the shop on the top line. What are you gonna do? Sorry, the removal in the shop on the top line. What are you gonna do? Obviously, get out of here, scrappy swords. Thank you muchly. And the woolly snail holds in it. Shellbow, deal 2 damage, but apply 5 shell in barrage. It kind of addresses a problem that I already have addressed. Definitely want to charm. Oh! Moose Charm increases counter by 1 and plus 3 damage. So increases counter by 1 and then gives plus 3 damage. And then I would also be able to give Moko's Charm for add Frenzy and down 2 damage. So ultimately I'm giving Frenzy, 1 damage, and 1 counter. It really does feel like that should go on Foxy still. Ooh, if I'm getting another charm, I should do that first, though. Because charms do apply in order. When destroyed, deal 8 damage to enemies in the road. Neat. It's a classic Pooty right there. Oh, accidentally left the store. Thankfully, they have the ability, or they allow you to just go back to the store immediately. I'm so sad when a game doesn't let you do that. Do I need another crown? Wart with a counter of 2 does really want to go out as soon as it's possible. Get him, Foxy. 2 damage, 4 multi-strike, draw 4 on kill. Draw 2 on kill, just kill more people if you want to draw more than that. Ice Dice. Yeah, you want that. I think I'm good. Alright, I have a storm time. Snoof, Barry says Jazzy, and Tiger. Good to see you all. Tiger already has the health, or already has teeth. Jazzy applies 4 Overburn in Barrage, has Smack Back, and 2 Demonize. Jazzy's a problem. Jazzy is a concern. I'm gonna need to freeze Jazzy and then have Jazzy take extra poison or relocate poison to Jazzy afterwards. That's like the only real ways I can get around this, I think. Well, this is cool. I can get the Molten Dip out on Mort here. Pinkberry Juice on John. Molten Dip out on the entire bottom line. Unfortunately, I also can't randomly attack on the top line because of those teeth. And I do want to get the Fungo Blaster around on the field. Oh, Fungo Blaster can just go on the top line by itself. Happily right now. Cool. Snoof cannot attack. 3 snow in Barrage ends our game. Pretty quickly. I have to snow stick you. Tiger is going to gain 2 more teeth on the top line, but ideally I'm going to be killing those with the redirection of poison that we apply on units on the bottom line instead. I do want to redraw. First? Yeah. Hello, Pooty. Let's start getting some defense on Foxy. I would like them to live. I could also get John to start putting more poison on the berry sis, which, like, poison is what I need to just start generating suddenly, so that feels right. Perfect. Now, Barry says, when hit, add lost health to a random ally. I think I want to let them just kill Pooty and then die this round. Ooh, what got the extra damage? Neat. I'm going to try and keep Jazzy further from a turn. I'm going to throw a Snow Stick for only 1 turn's worth of relief there. So Grizzle dies at the end of this round and provides its poison to a different target. Thank you, Fungo. All of our Pingaries are here. I love to see that. I love to see, I'm just gonna evenly split them out now. I can barely let Foxy attack, otherwise Tiger's just gonna kill them. I'm gonna Sunrod Wart, try and get more poison out on the field before it all needs to go to another target. Foxy has to go back in the deck, otherwise I die to I lose it rather to Tiger. Rude. I'm gonna try and hold off Tiger's turn. In fact, I don't want to have to deal with that many teeth. Just a lot of teeth. So at the end of this round, both of those units die and they pass their poison, hopefully, to Tiger. Flame Ward around on Wart. Getting us to the next round. Goodbye, Jazzy. Oh, so the poison that... So, a transformation... So, Jazzy dying did not count towards the Fungo Blaster, then reapplying that shroom to a different target, which is really unfortunate, because I needed a large number of poison on the field for helping deal with Tiger. Alas. Let's redraw. Yeah, it's pretty much right. I'm just gonna have to make sure Wart isn't capable of ruining their own life here. Keep Tiger frozen. There's a spike wall for us. I'm gonna throw out Water Gain. Interesting. Okay, so Wart, when they attacked, applied snow to the spike wall, and that then also prevented their counterattack, rather than allowing them to counterattack and leaving them frosted afterwards. That's really important. That's gonna come into, like, it's going to be a useful mechanic to know the direction of it a lot. It's good. I'm glad. Get him, Woodhead. Oh, Wart split the poison damage here on the bottom line. Literally the worst outcome. It's all good. I don't think it's going to stop us. I just end the turn, watch the Frost Guardian die, I guess? I could, but I could also not. Just gonna freeze you, and then watch you die more. And in doing so, in fact, we also unlock the achievement Toxic, which I think is probably gonna come with a charm as well. Victory. I blocked more hits with Clunkers. We unlocked a new item there. We killed 15 enemies with Shroom. Unlocked a new item there. We did get a 4-kill combo as well. Unlocked a new companion there. Stacked 20 Shroom on a single target, of course. New charm unlocked. I'm practically over the moon about this progress. Inventor's Hut has a new item. There's a new event, new companion, new charm. Let's look. Tiny Tycho has 1 damage and 2 health. Says when hit, gain 1 frenzy. Interesting. So all of the cards that hit a target but also make them more powerful really want to target Tycho. Cool. Looks like the springs are attracting new visitors. Uses Smackback to kill 20 enemies. We'll focus on that a little bit if it's available in the next episode. Aha! The sound of shattering ice sets my heart a-pumping. Feed the muncher 5 times. Obviously, I'm going to be doing something like that. We have unlocked the Charm Merchant. Purchase charms and upgraded items from this traveling merchant and her pet goat. Oh, very excited by that. Scrap pile. Behold my latest invention. A scrap pile for 1 scrap. Just add scrap. Wait. Apply 60 shell. I'd love to do a shell run in the next if the game's got it on offer. Toxic has unlocked the Truffle Charm. -2 health, but apply 3 shroom. A great thing to have for that kind of a run. I don't think any of the rest of those. New. Did I not get another thing as well? No, I didn't buy enough discounted items. I wanted that. That's the item. It's Tiny Taco. No, you're right. That's all the things we got. I'm gonna have to go and get myself some new things. That's right, in the next episode. Until then, my name's Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Wildfrost. Top left is the series playlist for all of my content of the game path. For the future YouTube recommendations down below and streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays are above the thank tier. Special thanks this episode to John. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.